everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a whole bunch of makeup reviews. I'm just going to be reviewing a lot of new makeup releases here. I have the MAC and Patrick Starrr collection, the Kristen Leanne with Urban Decay collection. I have new products from Sigma, TheBalm, Dose of Colors, and I've been trying everything out for quite some time so I could get my full reviews together. So we're just going to be doing one big review video. Most of these products were sent to me in PR, but the Dose of Colors palette I did purchase myself from Ulta. But if you are ready to see a bunch of reviews on new makeup releases, why don't we go ahead and get started. Okay, so like I said, this might be a longer video because I have a lot to get through. When I get new makeup products, whether I buy them or whether I get them in PR, I like to really try them out for a while before I come on and make a review video. So every once in a while I'll do a first impression video, but I'm very upfront that it's a first impression video, and I think it's kind of fun to try out new makeup products, but I always come back to do reviews. So you very rarely see me do a video on like what's hot and new at the moment, because I just would rather give a review because I love watching reviews and I think reviews are helpful. So with that being said, jumping into it, the first collection that I want to talk about is the one with MAC and Patrick Starrr. I really could not believe that I got the collection. I still kind of can't believe, I can't believe that I'm on MAC's PR list. I don't get everything from them, so whenever I do, it's always like, oh my gosh, can't believe I got this. But to get the Patrick Starrr collection, I thought was really, really exciting. Patrick Starrr is a fellow YouTuber as well, and it's such a, it's really cool to see him do the collab with MAC. It was awesome. With the products that were my favorite, and these are the eyeshadow quads. Now I was a little like iffy going into trying these because I recently tried out a MAC eyeshadow palette. It was called the Fashion Fanatic palette, and I actually put it in my Underwhelming makeup products video, I believe it was, because I said I've always heard really good things about MAC eyeshadows, I felt like. But when I tried that palette, I was really underwhelmed. I didn't think the shadows performed all that well, so I was kind of like, I don't know. So when I saw these, I was like, are these gonna be any good? I don't know. And truly, they are my favorite from the collection, and I really enjoy these. I took them traveling with me the last time I went back. Which one did I take? I took this one traveling with me when I went back, which is called the Glam AF palette. And yeah, I just have been reaching for these a lot. I think that these shadows in here are much better than the other palette that I tried from MAC for sure. So this is what Glam AF looks like. So of course it is my kind of tones. So here are the swatches of the Glam AF palette. I am not a swatch master by any means, but those are what these swatches look like. And I think this is just such an easy palette to dip into. I love that I have the matte white to put all over my eyeshadow primer to highlight the brow bone with. I love coming in with, I think this one is Saddle, right? Which is like a really like well-loved, well-known MAC eyeshadow. I love putting that one in the crease. You can deepen up with this, use it on the lower lash line. And then we have a really nice kind of like pink champagne shimmer color, which I think is gorgeous. So I think this is the palette that I've been getting the most use out of. And like I said, I did take it traveling, but I think these eyeshadows are fantastic. I was much happier with these than I was in the MAC eyeshadow palette. It's $32 for 4 shades, which that is a bit on the pricier side to me, but these can also be found at Ulta, and I know Ulta does have a 20% off coupon right now, and it does include prestige brands. If you were thinking about grabbing this one, you could use your coupon with it, but I really enjoyed the Glam AF. But the other palette I do enjoy just as much, and this one is called the Goal Getter palette. So this is a bit of a close-up of this one. So I enjoyed that we kind of are still getting neutral shades in here. So if you're someone who likes more colorful, I have a collection coming up for you to talk about. But if you like the more neutrals, I mean, this is what this collection I feel like is really based off of. But again, I still really enjoyed these shades. I like this very neutral brown, but these two, I also really like this palette for these kind of like mauve-y tones, because I tend to lean towards mauve tones quite a bit. And then that gold is really beautiful as well. Here are the swatches from the second palette. So you can see that this one swatches really well. This is a really nice, really kind of like deep purple mauve, like burgundy shade, and the gold is really beautiful as well. So you know, if these are more your tones, I would say go with the Goal Getter palette. But I really enjoyed both of these quads, and I find myself reaching for them quite a bit. These would definitely be my favorite out of the collection. Has anybody tried these eyeshadow palettes from the MAC and Patrick Starrr collection? But yeah, I really have been enjoying these ones and getting a lot of use out of them. So next up in the collection, we had an assortment of lip products. So it came with 3 regular lipsticks, 3 lip glosses, and then also 3 lip pencils. So the regular lipsticks are $17.50 each, and we have a pink shade, which is called She Better Work. And then we have a bit of a deeper nude, which is called Mama Star. We also have a red, which is called Patrick Woo. And then there are also 3 lip glosses or lip gloss type formulas, and these are all $17.50 each as well, and then each name corresponds with the regular lipstick. So we have the pink, the nude, and then also the red. So here are what the swatches look like. And then I also did swatch out the lip liners. The lip liners are $17.50, the lip glosses are $17, the lipstick is $17.50. I will have all of that in the description box down below. But the pink lip liner is called Edge to Edge, and then we also have Mahogany, and then the kind of like deeper red is called Brick, and these are regular lip liners to MAC, and they are just also a part of the collection, if that makes sense. But again, these are the swatches. So I really enjoy MAC lipsticks. I really enjoy them. I have quite a bit of them and I wear them very frequently, so I really do like them. Actually, my favorite is the pink, which I did not expect to enjoy the pink as much as I did because I thought it would be way too light on me. This one is the She Better Work, and I really enjoy it. I've been really into pinks lately though, so that could be why, but I've been finding myself wearing this one quite a bit and I really do enjoy it. The nude is also really nice. The red is a little bit too, it's almost like too bright for me. It's not my personal favorite red on me, but I also don't wear red lips a ton. So my favorite would actually just be in the line that it is She Better Work, Mama Star, and then Patrick Woo. Like MAC lipsticks, these are the same formula to me. The lip glosses I also really do enjoy. I don't think MAC lip glosses are my absolute favorite. I've been trying out more and more recently. I was just talking about in my recent Will I Buy It video that I've been kind of being drawn over to the side of lip glosses, so I've been trying more and more. I still like the formula, I just don't think it's one of my absolute favorites, and at $17 I personally think that's high. So I personally think that's a little bit high for a lip gloss, but these are pretty decent and they're decently pigmented as well. I mean, you can tell in the swatches that they have like some good color payoff to them. So if you like a lip gloss that does have a lot of color oomph, I think that you would like these because they're not too sheer or anything like that. Just to me, I would prefer the lipsticks, but again, I feel like these are the exact same formula as the regular MAC lip glosses. So if you love that formula, you would be getting them with these. And again, like I said, these liners are the staple liners to MAC. So I did enjoy the lip products. Again, preference wise for me would be the regular lipsticks, the lip glosses, and then the lip pencils. I just don't really wear lip pencils a ton, and with these lipsticks I don't find that you need them. There are some lipsticks or liquid lipstick formula that like you need that lip liner to kind of even things out or smooth things out, and I don't think that you need it with the MAC formula. But and I think $17, like for me that's high for a lip pencil because I don't wear them a ton. If you're someone who gets a ton of use out of lip pencils, you know, that probably makes more sense, but for me it really doesn't. But especially if you like lighter pinks, I think that one is just so pretty and I've been really into it. But yeah, I really enjoyed the lip colors. I like that we got kind of like an array of different colors. It wasn't too nude, it wasn't like too bold or things like that. So kind of whatever your preference would be, but I enjoyed the lip products. If I just seem like the biggest space cadet in this video, it's because I'm having a really bad day. If you follow me on Snapchat, you know what day I'm talking about, but wow, I've already deleted a clip for this video. I've been dropping everything. We're not having a good day, so apologize if I seem, stays on another level. But the last item that I have to talk about from the collection is actually the one that I was most excited about. I honestly thought about purchasing for myself, and then I was really excited when I got it in the PR package, but this is the Patrick's powder. It's the setting powder. I did check, it's not available on the Ulta website anymore, but it is still available on the MAC website. Hopefully, I am pre-filming a bit, but hopefully it will still be. It's $34, and I will have any of the links down below. I honestly don't know why this was the item that excited me the most, because I love lipsticks, I love eyeshadows, but for some reason I was like, yeah, the setting powder. And I really don't even use setting powders a ton anymore lately. I used to use them way more frequently, like last year. But for some reason this one was calling to me. And then I started seeing a bunch of reviews come in from those who are also getting this in PR, and everybody had amazing things to say about this, and I was so excited. The first time that I tried it, I was like, yes. I get it. I understand why people are excited. This is the Balm. A very large little item here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see what the powder looks like without spilling it everywhere, but it actually has a bit more of like a pink tinge to it than I thought it would. It's not completely colorless. I don't know if I will be able to see, like, I don't know, it's not completely colorless. I mean, it's a setting powder. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on my hand or not, but like when I put it on my sponge and then I also applied it with brushes, like it does have a bit of pinkness to it. I tried it on my under eyes and then I also tried it all over my face, and probably the first 2 times that I tried it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so into this. It looks really nice, made everything look really smooth. I was like, yes. And then I got really, really, really dry skin and used this, and oh no, I looked horrible. So I normally have pretty normal skin, but I live in Iowa and we went through an extremely rough dry patch. I mean, I'm talking like our high was -2 and 3 degrees. My skin suffered so much, like to the point where my skin actually would hurt because it was so dry, it physically hurt. So this on dry skin is a no-go because it emphasized everything. And I remember there being a day where like I was trying everything to combat the dry skin because like my dry patches were out of control. And I remember there was a time where I was like, oh, okay, my skin finally looks better and it like doesn't look as bad. And then I put this on and boom, every single dry patch came back. I was like, oh, what have I done to myself? I think if you have dry skin, I would avoid this. Before I got super dry, I did think it was nice. So if you have normal skin, or maybe if you have oily skin, I really never have oily skin, so I can't really say, but especially if you have normal skin, I thought that it did look nice, especially still right now, even though it's starting to not be as frigid as it was here in Iowa. I am still dealing with dryness, so I just have not been able to use this one at all, which is a bummer, but I'm gonna keep it around, and I still do enjoy it, and when my skin kind of calms down, I think that I'll be able to wear it again. But definitely if you are dry or have mature skin, I would say stay away from this guy. It's $34. You do get 1 ounce of product in here, so I'm gonna hold on to it. I can't use it right now, but maybe in the next few months I can come back to it. So next up, a new eyeshadow palette that I was sent from TheBalm is their latest eyeshadow palette. This is called Meet Matte Shmaker, and it is $29.50. Oh man, do I really like this eyeshadow palette. This is what the inside of it looks like. It does have a mirror, and then you have these shades here. I love TheBalm's packaging. I think it's super cute. So I thought this one was really cute because it has kind of like your layout already in here, and I say that I'm not someone who's like artistically creative, and I really enjoy palettes with this type of layout. It just makes it so much easier for me when I go into it, and I've really been enjoying this palette. I did do some swatches on my arm here. I will say that before I started filming this video, I went through, I swatched everything, I filmed close-ups of it, and as I went to transfer the file, I deleted it instead. I'm telling you guys, I'm having a great day. But I did do some swatches here on my arm as well. So this is what the swatches from the palette looks like. And I have been using this one quite a bit lately, and I have just been enjoying it so much. One of my favorite looks that I've done in a very long time is when I was using these ones right here, which are the Matte and the Kate Duo in the palette. I loved that look so much. I'll insert a photo here that I put on my Instagram of a close-up of the eye look, and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I've used almost every single shade out of here. I've used Matte and Pat, I've used Matte and Alex. Jamie, this beautiful green, I was wearing that in a video. I've used the purple. Oh yeah, and I think I have used every single shade. Hey, excellent. That's what I try to go for. Sometimes, especially when there's so many, I can't quite get to them all, but I have used every single shade on my eye. I enjoy all of them except for Matte Wong here. That one is not so great, and I did swatch it on my hand. It's this one right here, and you can kind of see like that one is not so great. It didn't have a ton of pigmentation, and it kind of was just more patchy, but everything else in here I felt like performed really well, and I've been having a great time playing with this palette. For $29.50, I definitely do think that this one is worth it. I like the mirror, I like the packaging, I like the shades inside. I like that we have neutrals, we have pinks, we have golds, but then we have this really nice purple and really nice green too. I think this one is definitely worth it. I've been getting a lot of use out of this one. I can see myself traveling with this one as well, and yeah, I think this one is a really nice quality. I would definitely recommend Meet Matte Shmaker from TheBalm. So next up, I have a new product from Sigma that I want to share about, and this one I think is really freaking cool. This is called the SigMagic Scrub. Now, Sigma Beauty to me is best known for their makeup brushes. I think that they are fantastic, but they also also have a really nice brush care cleaning line as well. The SigMagic brush shampoo, which comes in a liquid, and then they also have foam. They have a lot of like mats or mitts or gloves to clean your brushes on. They have towers to clean your brushes on and store your brushes. Like, they have a lot of options, and they recently came out with the SigMagic scrub. And when I got it, at first I was like, am I gonna love it? Will it be a little bit too on like the gimmicky side? I'm not sure. Let's try it out. And from the first time I tried it, I was like, never mind. I understand. I get where we were going with this, Sigma, and thank you for this. So on the back, you have these little suction cups. Also insert an Instagram video in the description box down below, a link to the video that I did showing a demo of this. But I like to stick it kind of towards the back of my sink. And then this in here is the brush cleaner. So there's nothing more that you need to do. You literally just get your brush wet and then swirl it on here, and it's cleaning your brushes. And I think it's fantastic. It's super fast, it's super easy. It's basically hands-free as well, because instead of having to hold a bar of soap or something like that, or holding another sort of cleaner, you can suction this to your sink, so you don't have to use your hands and you're free to just clean your brushes. It's really quick, it's really easy, and it's only $19, which I didn't think was a bad price at all. So I think that's really cool, and I've been getting a lot of use out of this one. It's just been sitting on my sink, and then when I'm ready to go and I have a few brushes to wash, I'll just stick it to my sink and then start cleaning them, and I think it's fantastic. So I think this one is super cool, and it does also have these kind of like grooves in here, so it's actually cleaning your brushes at the same time it's getting in there, and it's removing any of the makeup. It's also killing the bacteria. Sigma's also really good at using all natural products, which is good for your makeup brushes, especially because then your makeup brushes are going onto your face, so you want to make sure you're using good ingredients to clean your brushes as well, since those will be coming in contact with your face. So I thought that was pretty awesome. I've used this one now probably 5 times, I will say, and I mean, I don't feel like it looks like it's hardly even been used. It's really, really fast and really easy, and I just enjoy how convenient it is. So that's what it looks like after a handful of uses. Again, it's $19. I am a Sigma affiliate. If you use the code Samantha, you will save some money on this guy as well. But yeah, cleaning brushes, it's not the funnest job ever, but it's something that you do have to do. When you have something that makes it easier to clean your brushes with and quicker to clean your brushes with, I think that's a pretty good thing. So next up, I have some lashes to talk about. I featured these in, I think it was a first impression video, so I wanted to come back and review them, but I did get the full set of Morphe Lashes in PR, and I have been trying them out. I love lashes. I wear lashes very frequently, so I was really excited to get that package because it was a lot of lashes, and I was just like, yay, lashes for life. I love it. So Morphe just recently released their lashes. They are $10 each, and they have a ton of different styles on there. Of course, they will be linked down below. So what do I think about these lashes? What I think is kind of what I said in the first impression video. What I said in that video was that they are hard to apply. They look really nice on though, and I like the way they look. I like the way that they feel when they're on, but they are a challenge to get on. And I love lashes, and I wear lashes almost daily. Like, for me to struggle that much with the lashes, I was like, what happened here? And I will say one thing about these lashes is that I think that they are easier to use after you've used them a couple of times. The band is really thin on these, which typically is a good thing, but when they are too thin, it can be hard to put adhesive on it, and the first time I was using this, the adhesive was literally slipping off the band and sliding down onto the actual lashes because the band is so thin. I recommend using something like the House of Lashes, a lash adhesive, where it's a brush-on adhesive versus like the Duo, which I normally use, where you actually squeeze it out of the tube, because the band is so thin that it's actually kind of hard to work with. But for some reason, I don't know what it is about these lashes, I have a tough time getting them to stick on correctly, and it's almost like they have one of those bands where the inner corner constantly flips up. Like when I put the lash down, I typically put the lash down and stick it down on the middle, and then I come to the outer edge of the eye and stick it down, and then I do the inner part. But I can't, because when I put these on, the inner part of the lash shoots straight up and sticks to like the middle of my eyelid. And I'm like, what's happening here? And I have tried, I think 4 or 5 different styles now of the Morphe lashes, because I wanted to try them out, test them out, you know, yeah, maybe that one pair didn't work the best for me. What about this pair? So I've been trying them out and it's the same thing with all of the lashes. So I'm like, what in the heck? And I try to flatten out the lash band myself. You know, you can kind of stick it on your hand to try to help take away some of the curve. That doesn't seem to be helping. So I don't know what it is. If you are a lash newbie, I really can't recommend these because I think that you're just going to like be scarred for life with lashes. And if you're someone who struggles with lash application, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna like these either because they are just a challenge to get on. It's almost kind of to the point where when I start to stick it down, I also have to then take my finger and make sure that I'm pushing the inner part of the eye down. And when I went to do this eye look today, it's a bit of a more complicated eye look, and I was also filming it to have a mini tutorial on Instagram. And then I came in and I was like, I really don't want to use the Morphe lashes today because they're so hard to apply and they can ruin makeup looks. But I'm like, you're reviewing the Morphe lashes, you should at least have a pair on. And so for some reason I also chose one of the harder pairs, which is called Romancing. That's what I have on my eyes today. I don't know, these lashes aren't really the best for me, but again, for some reason, I'm having one of those days where I'm making all of the wrong decisions, and I decided to put those on, and I almost had to start over. So that wasn't the most genius move. So if I don't have a super complicated eye look on that took me forever to do or something like that, or if I just have more time, then I will reach for them because I like that the way that they look, and they're super, super lightweight because the band is so lightweight. Like, it doesn't feel heavy on the eyes. Half the time that I'm wearing some of these lashes, I feel like I'm not even wearing lashes at all. They're very lightweight. I get a lot of compliments when I wear them. And even in that first impression video, a lot of people are saying, I know you said you struggled to put the lashes on, but they look so nice on. So it's kind of like I now have a love-hate with them. I love the way that they look. I don't love how you get them on, and that's, you know, you kind of need to get them on before you can love the way that they look. So it's kind of a toss-up. My two favorites that I enjoy are called Total Babe and then also Hypnotic. Anyone else tried the Morphe lashes, and am I the only one that's struggling? Because man, I struggle to get these on almost every single time. I struggle to get them on, but yeah, that's what I would recommend. Use something that has a brush adhesive and just take your time and just be aware that that inner corner is probably gonna pop up when you are applying it, so just be aware of that. But I don't know, for $10, that's not a bad price at all. My favorite lashes are the Pure Lashes, and they're $14, so they're $10. You can get them on the Morphe website, and I know a lot of people have Morphe codes, so you could get a bit of a discount with them as well, but they are not my absolute favorite. I'll keep wearing them, some of my favorite styles, but they're not my favorite pair of lashes. They're not gonna replace my Pure Lashes or anything like that, and I wish that they were easier to get on. If anyone's tried these and you get them on super easily, leave your tips and tricks down below because this girl's gonna read them. Oh my goodness, you guys. So I went to grab out my Dose of Colors Sassy Sienna's palette and just had to spend 15 minutes searching all over my house with it and found it underneath my bathroom sink. I must have been holding it when I went to find my makeup wipes, and for some reason, instead of just grabbing my makeup wipes, I like exchanged it with this palette and I couldn't find it anywhere. I almost had to scratch it from this video because I couldn't find it. This day is no good, and when you film, edit, and upload every single day, you don't really just get to scrap it and start over. So, wowzers, what? Wow. But I have the new palette here from Dose of Colors. This is called the Sassy Sienna's palette. I did feature this in my Ulta haul and try-on video, so I will have that one linked down below so you can see what the shadows look like on my eyes and all of that. And I do have a swatch photo on my Instagram, so I will have that inserted over here so you can see what the swatches look like. But this palette is the bomb. I really don't know what else I should say. I also have the Marvelous Mauves palette from Dose of Colors, and I speak so highly of that one. I did purchase this one myself. It was $32 on the Ulta website. $32 is pricey to me for a 5-pan eyeshadow palette, but I'm telling you that the Dose of Colors eyeshadow palettes are simply worth it. If you have your 20% off coupon with Ulta right now and you've been thinking about this, use your 20% on this and save a little bit of money. But honestly, I've paid $32 for Marvelous Mauves and now Sassy Sienna's, and I don't regret it. The shades are fantastic. I actually even like the little brush that comes with it. You can see that I have pigment on the brush because I do use these brushes. It also does have a mirror. It's really nice and easy to travel with. It's small and compact, easy to travel with. I don't worry about the shadows breaking. And the pigmentation on the Dose of Colors eyeshadow palettes are unreal. I will say that you do get a lot of kick up in the pan with this, but I very rarely experience any sort of fallout on my eyes. When I did the Ulta haul try-on video, you can see that I don't have orange all over my face or anything like that when I was using this palette. And the shades in here are absolutely beautiful. If you like kind of these vibrant oranges, a little bit of coral colors, and then you also have some browns in here as well, you're gonna love this palette. I mean, it's worth it. Dose of Colors does something so right with their eyeshadow palettes. I feel like they've been getting a lot of hype recently. I saw a lot of the eyeshadow palettes mentioned in like best of videos and things like that. And I mean, it's just because they're just great. So the Sassy Sienna's palette, I've been wearing it frequently as well, and I think it's just as fabulous as I thought it was in my Ulta haul and try-on video. Alrighty, so last up I have the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne collection to talk about. Once again, I was so excited to get this in PR. I was not expecting it at all when it came. I got super excited because the palettes inside look gorgeous. There's a highlight palette in here. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much to Urban Decay. This is amazing. And it was so crazy because I put it on Instagram and Kristen Leanne actually like DM'd me back and said like, thank you and I hope you enjoy it. I thought that was so cool. No one else has ever done that. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Thanks. Like, congrats. I was such a weirdo, but all right. I don't even know where to begin with this collection because honestly, it's just the bomb. I'm gonna throw it out there and say that this collection is the bomb. But first up, I want to talk about this highlight palette. This is called the Beauty Beam highlight palette. It's $34. The collection is now available on Urban Decay and then also Sephora and Ulta, so I will have it linked down below. This is what the highlight palette looks like. So you have 3 shades and it does also have a mirror. And then here are what the 3 swatches look like. And I mean, if you can tell from the swatches there, this palette, the first time I used it, I was like, yes, 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 because I love the Urban Decay Sin highlight. Oh, I've been so hyped for that highlight. I mean, I feel like everybody knows I love it. And I went on and I purchased the Urban Decay ONS Afterglow highlight palette, and I didn't quite love it as much as I loved Sin, but this, I love this palette. I do have it on today. I have the middle shade on. The middle shade here and then this last one here, these are what I mostly go for, or sometimes I mix them together. This one is too dark for me right now, but you know, maybe in the summer when I'm a little bit tanner, I can come back to that one. But these two especially, I mean, like, it's so beautiful. You barely have to have any product. I can use a fluffy brush with this one. Actually, I prefer to use a more fluffy brush with this versus a dense brush, because when you go dense, like, it is, you are seen from space. I love this palette. If you like a blinding highlight, check out the Beauty Beam. Again, I love it. So next up in the collection, there are 2 eyeshadow palettes, and this one here is called the Daydream palette, and it is $26. You get 5 different shades. You do also have a mirror, and then it comes with a double-ended brush. I don't mind the brushes. They're not my favorite, and sometimes I honestly just kind of forget to use them, but there are brushes included in here as well. This palette is such a nice kind of like neutral everyday type of palette. You have a really soft pink here. You have 2 different tones of browns. One's a little bit lighter, one's a little bit on the warmer side. You have a really cool kind of like pinky corally type of color. And then also, at first when I looked at this one, I thought maybe it was just a brown, but it has a bit of mauve tones to it as well. Here are the swatches from that palette, and you can see, I mean, everything swatches really well. This is a really nice palette. I think it's really nice to wear alone, and I've created looks alone with this one, but it's also a really nice companion palette to the other palette in this collection, which is the Kaleidoscope palette, because that one I also do have on my eyes. Very colorful and bright, and there's not really like transitions or crease shades or things like that. And so if you want to create a look like that, it's nice to be able to come into this palette. I did film this look for Instagram, and I did use both of the palettes. Very pigmented, very easy to blend. I am so happy with this palette. These are your tones. I think that you would really enjoy this. I've been getting a lot of use out of it, and $26 for the 5 shades. I mean, I was just talking about Dose of Colors, which was $32 for the 5. So it's really not too bad, but also I love this packaging on this and kind of like this frosting on the cover as well. This one is really nice. Again, I'm so impressed overall with this collection. I think that Kristen Leanne did an amazing job, but this is a really nice eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure where I got cut off at because my camera died, because I'm having the best day ever. But next up, we're gonna talk about the Kaleidoscope palette. This one is $39, and this is a very colorful eyeshadow palette. Again, you have a mirror, and then also the double-ended brush, which again, I think the brush is okay, but nothing super crazy. So this is what the inside of the palette looks like. I know a lot of people were saying that they didn't love the layout of it, and I get it, but it's not something that bothers me enough that I wouldn't bust into it. And you can see that this one is super colorful. This one definitely reminds me a lot of Kristen Leanne. And here are some swatches, if you can see them okay. I'm beyond furious with myself that I deleted my clip of my swatches because that takes forever to do. And I'm not the best at swatching anyways, but these are what the swatches from the palette look like. And I mean, if you can tell from the swatches, like this palette is insane. I do have it on my eyes today. The ones that I haven't used on my eyes are actually this side right here. So I haven't used these ones on my eyes. Honestly, I don't use that type of green a ton. The black I just don't use a ton. And then these two I just simply haven't gotten the time to use them yet. But the more colorful shades, I felt like that was what people would really gravitate towards. So that's what I wanted to try. And they are really, really good. Very pigmented. Like, I'm fairly confident this blue is going to stain my arm for the next 3 days. It's probably going to stain my eyes as well. But you can create some really fun, colorful makeup looks with this palette. The shimmers over here are pretty chunky in consistency, and you can kind of get a bit of fallout on your face. Like I've been saying, I'm having a rough day, but when I was doing this eye look, I actually ended up having blue basically all over my face. I kind of looked like a Smurf at one point, and I was trying to continually come in with a makeup wipe and wipe it away because you do get quite a bit of fallout. I definitely recommend tapping off your brush really good when you're using these shades, and I also recommend using a damp brush because that can sometimes help with a bit of fallout, and it does also help make the shades, you know, pop a little bit more. But other than that, everything in here is really nice. I think these shades especially are really cool because when I kind of layered it over the darker blue that I have on, it just kind of turned into this cool, like aqua peacock type color. This eye look was definitely inspired from that girl Shay XO. She did a tutorial the other night with this palette and did this type of look, and I was like, I want to do that look too. I'll have her video that she did down below. I love her tutorials so much, but I thought she came out with a bomb eye look and I really wanted to try it. And this palette is so fun. If you are a colorful makeup lover and like these are the shades that you love to use and you love to experiment and be bright and colorful, I think you would absolutely love the Kaleidoscope palette. Again, the shades are so nice in here. This whole collection just really knocked it out of the park for me, and I would definitely recommend this one as well. So the final items in the collection that I did receive in PR, there were a couple extras as well, but that did not come in the PR package. But these are the Vice lipsticks. I believe these are $17. I really enjoyed the Urban Decay Vice lipstick formula. I have 1993 from Urban Decay, and I love the shade, but I love the formula of these lipsticks as well. My favorite from the collection, and honestly the only one that I've tried from the collection on my lips, is called Bun Bun, which is a comfort matte. It is what is on my lips right now, and it is just such a beautiful, it's mauve-y, but it has a bit of like a deeper mauve tone to it, and I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. These are so comfortable. They're nice and creamy. They're easy to glide onto the lips, and they stay on for a good amount of time for a creamy lipstick. But this shade I just think is absolutely gorgeous. If you have not tried the Urban Decay Vice lipstick formula yet, I really do recommend it. If you like the regular lipsticks, I would say try out this formula because it is really good. Now there are also two other colors in here. This one is Spellbound, and this is a Mega Matte, and you can see that this is a very dark purple. I haven't swatched them yet because I'm not sure if I'm going to give them away. I just don't wear these type of colors a ton, and even though I really like this formula, like I have deeper shades and I have purple shades as well. This one is Cloud 9, which is, again, is a comfort matte. So I haven't done anything with them yet because I'm just not 100%, and if I'm going to give them away, I obviously don't want to give away like swatched makeup or used makeup or things like that. So I'm not 100% yet, but definitely the nude in the collection was the one that I went for, and this is a really nice formula. Again, if you're a nude lover like me, I think that you would really enjoy the shade Bun Bun. I've been wearing it so much. I've already worn it in a past video as well, but even though I like to switch up lipstick colors a ton because I have so many lipsticks, I was like, I don't care because this is a fantastic color. So the Urban Decay Vice lipstick formula, again, like I said, I think is really awesome for $17. You know, not a terrible price, and again, the full collection is available at Sephora and Ulta, but those are the final items in this collection. I recommend everything from it. I thought everything was fantastic. A huge congrats to Kristen Leanne because she killed it with this collection with Urban Decay, and I would recommend everything in this collection, which that normally does not happen. There's usually something that's just a miss for me or whatnot, but this one, kudos to her, man, because this was really good. So I'll have it all linked down below. I'd love to know if you guys have gotten anything from the collection yet, or have you ordered anything or tried anything out? Do you have thoughts on anything? I, of course, would love to know. But after the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne collection, that's gonna do it for this review video. Alright guys, so that's going to be everything for my review video on some new makeup releases. I am sorry that this was probably not my best video ever, but I'm just clearly having one of those days where everything that can go wrong will go wrong. So that's what I'm dealing with today, but I hope that you enjoyed these reviews and found some of them helpful. Let me know in the comments what you have tried out so far and what you are thinking about them, or if there's anything that you're planning to pick up. I hope that you guys still were somewhat able to find this one helpful, and if you did, or if you did enjoy it, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video.